one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
Well, we did it. We made it, guys, to 2026. And I hope each and every one of you have a great, happy new year this year. Here are some of the laws that are going into effect, at least in California this year. SB 1053, plastic bag ban. Plastic bags are now on the way out in California. The state is expanding its ban on single-use plastic bags to include all plastic bags. Now you just get paper bags. The original law allowed the use of thicker plastic bags, which were meant to be reusable, but since most consumers use them only once, those thicker bags are now being outlawed as well. Starting January 1st, consumers will have to buy a bag made of recycled paper or use their own reusable bags. And you get paper bags now in grocery stores. SB 1075 overdraft fees. It prohibits credit unions from charging an overdraft fee or non-sufficient funds fee above $14 or the amount set by the Federal Consumer Financial Protection Bureau if it is lower. A similar bill affecting banks took effect in 2025. AB 1299 parking tickets reduces or waives parking fines if the owner of the vehicle provides evidence they are unable to pay for the ticket in full due to homelessness or financial hardship. The vehicle owner can, however, request a payment plan. SB 40 insulin cost caps the out-of-pocket cost of insulin to $35 for a 30-day supply for health plans regulated by the state of California. The law applies to larger insurers while smaller healthcare providers must comply with the cost limit by 2027. AB 867 cat declawing bans the practice of declawing your cat to prevent them from scratching. Removing a cat's toe bone would only be allowable for medical reasons like an infection, disease, or injury. SB 760, listen to this one, gender neutral bathrooms, requires all K-12 public schools and charters to have at least one all gender restroom at each school site. The law takes effect in July in time for the 2026-2027 school year. Students cannot be forced to use the all gender bathrooms. AB 3216, phone-free schools. California school districts have until July of this coming year to adopt policies that limit or prohibit the use of smartphones by students while they are on campus or under the supervision of a school district employee. Oh boy, let's see them enforce that one. AB 461, truancy, repeals an existing law that fined parents up to $2,000 for chronically truant students. So on this one, if your child was chronically truant, a cop would come, give you a citation, you have to appear in court. They're now repealing that. So there's no more fines up to $2,000 for you. Because sometimes you drop the kid off, you take the kid's looking, he goes on school, turns around and goes out, or he goes on campus and comes out the back gate and runs off. Sometimes kids do that. I'm personally experienced with that. But what are you going to do? I mean, just homeschool them, I guess, right? But, you can't sit there and watch your kid. Maybe walk to class with them. I'll sit in school with you. I'll sit right at your desk. That's what my mom would have did. She goes, I'll walk your ass to school. I'll walk in the classroom with you. That's what my mom would have did. AB 49, immigration enforcement in schools. Listen to this one. Prohibits school officials and employees from allowing, I'm going to say this again. Prohibits school officials and employees from allowing federal immigration enforcement agents to enter schools without a warrant or court order. So in other words, if an ICE agent, let's say, comes up and goes, yeah, we're coming in, we're looking for a Jose Dominguez, they can say, not in this, you have a warrant? No, we're federal agents. Okay, do you have a warrant? No. Bye. They don't have to allow them on campus anymore. They can say, bye. It's a California law. I know people are going to say, yeah, watch California try to enforce federal agents. You know what? It's going to work out that way. But at least the school officials are protected under this law. SB 98, which is State Bill 98, requires schools to notify students, faculty, and community members of federal immigration enforcement officers go onto a campus. Now they have to call the parents, hey, SB 805, enforcement badges. I love this one. Requires law enforcement officers in California, get back to this, who are not wearing a uniform, these plainclothes cops, to visibly display identification that includes their agency, what police department you with, and either name or badge number. The law also makes it a misdemeanor to impersonate a law enforcement officer. So now they have to have some type of badge number or name. SB 627, law enforcement masks. I want you to listen to this one. It makes it a crime for a law enforcement officer to wear a mask or facial covering while performing their duties. The law affects local peace officers as well as federal agents. Officers could face civil penalties for false arrest or imprisonment of an individual if they are wearing a face covering. The Trump administration is challenging this law in court. That's a biggie right there. And that's the last of them. But that's the biggie. That's the one I really wanted to get to. Was now in California, local peace officers in California and federal law agents cannot go in with a mask, do their duties. We have to see their face. Now, Sheriff Shannon Dykes, I'm not going to call you out, Sheriff, but I'm going to say something. He opposes this law and he was upset by this law. Well, they're going to make us see our face. Let me tell you something, Sheriff. If cops would stop acting like assholes and these federal agents would stop violating people's civil rights and committing assault and battery, you wouldn't have this law. You know, these federal, and I've seen it on camera. I mean, we've seen it. That one ICE agent, he was all covered up and the guy was recording and he's walking and he walks over and shoves the guy and he goes, you can hear him chuckling as he walks back into the crowd and takes off with, why did he do that? Why you go shove the guy because he's recording you? You're an asshole. No nameplate, no badge. And as he's walking away, it says, I think it said immigration or something on the back of his. I could buy that on Amazon. I could get it custom made and walk around with it. We want a name. We want a badge number. We want to make a complaint against you. But no, they're out there violating people's civil rights. They're committing assault and battery. They're illegally detaining people. No badge, no nameplate, just this dude. I'm a cop. Who are you going to complain? Make a complaint. Against who? F you. You know? No, not anymore, buddy. Now we're going to see your face and we're going to be able to do Google ID search, find out who you are, who you work with, and we're going to file complaints against you. And you other cops that aren't doing something about it, you're turning your head and walking off, you're going to be liable too. You want something done about it? Hold your people accountable. When someone violates someone's civil rights, don't turn your head and go, yeah. Because we will file complaints against you. And we'll do it again and again, and we'll record you, and we'll put you on social media. We'll make everybody know this is the guy who's a dick. That's how it's going to work. But those are the new laws in California. Let me know which one of those laws kind of stuck out to you. Was it the K-12 all-gender bathroom? Was it the no phones on campus? Was it the name or badge required for law enforcement, or the mask law? Which one? Let me know.